Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow now. Let's get started. Roman Reigns was in action at WWE Royal Rumble 2025, but things did not go his way. He reignited his rivalry with Seth Rollins, and the two stars tried to eliminate each other in the 30-man match. However, CM Punk capitalized on the opportunity and eliminated both stars, only to be sent over the top rope by Logan Paul moments later. Seth Rollins then brutally attacked Reigns following the elimination and hit him with two curb stomps, one on the floor and the other on top of the steel steps. The head of the table has not been seen since the assault by Rollins, but could be planning on recreating the bloodline upon his return to SmackDown. Listed below are 4 ways Roman Reigns can recreate the bloodline on the blue brand. Jimmy Uso was in action this past Friday in a marquee match on WWE SmackDown. The veteran competed in a triple threat qualifier bout against LA Knight and Drew McIntyre, but came up short. McIntyre picked up the victory to qualify for the Men's Elimination Chamber match next month at the PLE in Toronto, Canada. Roman Reigns could approach Jimmy Uso in the weeks ahead and suggest that they reform the bloodline. The 39-year-old has always been loyal to Reigns, and the two stars could begin to rebuild the faction on SmackDown. Roman Reigns may want to create the best version of the bloodline possible upon his return to SmackDown. The tribal chief could request that Jimmy Uso ask his wife, Women's Tag Team Champion Naomi, to join the faction. Former WWE Women's Champion Nia Jax could also decide to join the faction. The irresistible force would become even more dominant, with the bloodline assisting her during her matches moving forward if she were to join Reigns' group down the line. Roman Reigns defeated Solo Sikoa in a tribal combat match on Raw's debut episode on Netflix last month. After a brief hiatus, Sikoa returned this past Friday on SmackDown to attack the undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes following the main event. The head of the table could have a conversation with Sikoa in the weeks ahead on SmackDown and make him an offer that he may not be able to refuse. Reigns could tell the 31-year-old that he would be willing to put their past issues behind them if he was willing to return to the bloodline. Sikoa's ego would take a hit, but reuniting with Reigns may be the best decision for his career. The Rock made a surprise appearance on the January 6, 2025 episode of Raw and cut a babyface promo. He also appeared following the tribal combat match and placed the Eula Fala around Roman Reigns' neck following his victory over Solo Sikoa. The People's Champion may have decided to abandon the final boss character and could return to WWE television as a member of Roman Reigns' bloodline faction on the road to WrestleMania 41. The Rock and Reigns worked well together at the Show of Shows last year, defeating Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins in the main event of Night 1 in tag team action. Roman Reigns has solidified himself as the face of WWE, and with the bloodline storyline already captivating audiences, there's still plenty of room for him to reinvent and elevate the faction on SmackDown. Recreating the bloodline could be a way for Roman to keep the faction's dominance fresh and impactful, potentially shifting its dynamics and introducing new rivalries or alliances. Here are 4 ways Roman Reigns can recreate the bloodline on SmackDown. ####1. Reintroducing the family element ****. One of the key factors in the bloodline's initial success was the use of Roman's real-life family ties. The Usos, Solo Sikoa, and even the managerial presence of Paul Heyman gave the faction a sense of legitimacy, rooted in family pride. However, Roman could go even deeper into this family element, expanding the storyline to include more members of the Anoa'i family, introducing cousins, uncles, or others who have been prominent in Samoan wrestling history. How this could play out ****. Roman could open SmackDown with a massive promo, emphasizing his responsibility as the true tribal chief of the entire Anoa'i family, and then begin pulling in relatives who've been off WWE's radar. A reunion of family members, perhaps including a surprise return from a long-lost relative or a respected veteran of the family lineage, could reinvigorate the bloodline's dominance. Imagine someone like Rikishi, Roman's uncle, stepping back into the fold and declaring his support for Roman as the head of the family, while also calling out younger stars who might try to undermine Roman's authority. This could bring both nostalgia and a fresh sense of power to the bloodline, signaling to fans that Roman is now not only the Universal Champion, but the undisputed leader of an entire wrestling dynasty. Additionally, this move could lead to family feuds, with members either standing behind Roman or questioning his leadership. This dynamic would create tension within the faction, leaving room for compelling storylines involving the breaking or strengthening of bonds, and ultimately, it would keep the faction intriguing. ###2. Adding a female member to the bloodline ***. While the bloodline has been primarily focused on male members of the Inoue family, introducing a female star into the group would add new layers to the faction and bring in a fresh dynamic. Roman Reigns could be approached by a female wrestler from the family, someone like Tamina Snuka, who is a part of the Inoue family through marriage. And Roman could position her as not only a strong enforcer for the bloodline, but also a figurehead for the empowerment of women within the faction. How this could play out ***. Roman could recruit someone like Tamina, or another female cousin with a strong wrestling background, to join the bloodline, perhaps positioning her as a bodyguard or a trusted ally. By doing this, Roman would make a powerful statement that the bloodline is not just about men, and that his influence extends to both genders within the family. This could also open the door to compelling rivalries, where female superstars such as Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, or Sasha Banks could challenge the bloodline's new female member. By showing that the bloodline is now a family unit that includes both male and female members, Roman could continue to build his faction's legacy while aligning himself with women's empowerment in wrestling. This could also bring in more fans who may see the bloodline as not just a dominant faction, but as a representation of family unity across all genders, creating a broader narrative of inclusivity. ###3. Instigating a bloodline civil war ***. While the idea of a civil war within the bloodline has been teased in the past, there's a real opportunity for Roman to capitalize on this potential story arc. A bloodline civil war could arise from cracks that have started to form within the faction, most notably the tension between Roman Reigns and Jey Uso, and the potential for Solo Sikoa to step into the role of the real tribal chief. How this could play out ***. Roman Reigns has always maintained control over the bloodline, but as time passes, we could see Solo Sikoa, who has proven himself as an enforcer, start to question Roman's leadership. This sets the stage for Solo to challenge Roman for the title of tribal chief. Roman's authority could also be questioned by Jey Uso, especially after all the emotional turmoil they've endured in the storyline. The ongoing conflict between the brothers could serve as the catalyst for a full-fledged civil war. Roman, as the master manipulator he's shown himself to be, could manipulate the situation, perhaps isolating Jey and convincing him that he's the true heir to the tribal throne. This could lead to a power struggle within the bloodline, where family members choose sides. The result would be a dramatic, high-stakes storyline that builds up to one of the biggest matches in WWE history, where Roman would either reaffirm his position as the undisputed tribal chief or fall from power to a new leader of the bloodline. The Civil War angle would add emotional depth to the story, especially as fans could see Roman's once unshakable family bond begin to crumble, further intensifying his character's descent into being a true villain if he loses his grip. Alternatively, if Roman is victorious in the war, his reign would feel more secure, reaffirming his dominance over the entire family and re-establishing the bloodline as the most dominant faction in WWE history. ###4. **** New bloodline. Introducing new members and shifting alliances ***. Roman Reigns could recreate the bloodline by introducing fresh blood to the faction, turning it into a more inclusive, diverse group that expands beyond just the Inoue family. As WWE has seen with factions like the Hurt Business or Evolution, the combination of family ties with outside talent could create intriguing dynamics and fresh rivalries. How this could play out ***. Roman, being the calculating tribal chief, could recruit talent that he sees potential in, even if they aren't from his immediate family. He could find someone like a rising star who is aligned with his vision of power, dominance, and respect. This could be a newer star from NXT or an up-and-coming wrestler who is a powerhouse, such as a Dominic Mysterio or a rising heel, to create a more unpredictable version of the bloodline. This new version of the bloodline could present the opportunity to create a stable that combines the best of the old guard, Roman, the Usos, Solo, with fresh new talents that add different layers to the faction's dynamic. Additionally, the ever-changing composition of the bloodline could allow for more creative rivalries, both within and outside of the faction, as Roman manipulates and uses new recruits to solidify his position as the top star in WWE. The introduction of new members could also shake up the SmackDown roster, introducing new partnerships and alliances that fans hadn't expected. This creates more room for storytelling, as members of the bloodline could constantly swap roles, forming alliances with unlikely foes or challenging one another for dominance in the faction. Conclusion. Roman Reigns has the potential to completely reshape the bloodline on SmackDown in a variety of ways. Whether it's expanding the family element, adding a female member, igniting a civil war within the faction, or integrating new outside talent. Each of these strategies offers fresh storylines and dynamics that would keep the bloodline relevant, impactful, and one step ahead of the competition. With the right combination of family, power, and strategic alliances, Roman Reigns can solidify his legacy and elevate the bloodline into an even more iconic and dominant faction in WWE history.